Hi everyone, this is Yuri and welcome to Photo to Paint Tips and Tricks YouTube channel. Today I will be sharing with you my way of making digital painting from a photo using your computer in one of my favorite programs called FotoSketcher. FotoSketcher is a brilliant software for those who love to transform photos into paintings. And what is more pleasant is that FotoSketcher is absolutely free of charge, thanks to David Thoiron, the developer of FotoSketcher. Right now, FotoSketcher works perfectly on Windows PC, especially on Windows 10. It also works on Mac, but there are some requirements regarding the version of the operating system which you are using on Mac. You can read it here on FotoSketcher download website page. The mobile versions for iPad and Android are in the roadmap for David to be developed, and we very much hope to see them available in the near future. The latest version of FotoSketcher as of today, which is January 16, 2021, is version 3.70. In this video, I'm not going to provide the complete guide to FotoSketcher. This app is quite easy to use, its interface and features are quite simple. The purpose of this video is to share with you my way, my tips and tricks on how to achieve a very nice impressionistic kind of painting by using this wonderful program. By saying that, let's jump into my workflow using FotoSketcher. Oh, and please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel so you are notified about my new tips and tricks videos. Okay, now let's begin. Once you downloaded and installed FotoSketcher, let's launch the application and open the photo which we are going to work on. I'm gonna test several photos for my tips and tricks which I downloaded from Pixabay site. First, let's try this photo. When you upload the photo in the FotoSketcher, the drawing parameters window pops up immediately. So in this window, you have drawing style menu, where you will find different drawing styles from sketch to paintings. We have the settings sliders, and we have the preview window. On the top bar, we have preset buttons. If you have your custom settings, you can save them for easy access, and you can load these settings from your location. As I mentioned before, I'm not going to do a complete overview of FotoSketcher. The main purpose of my video is to show you the technique which I'm using to turn the photo into impressionistic style painting. For this technique, I'm using Style Painting 4. This is the new painting style in FotoSketcher, introduced in version 3.7. It produces very nice brush strokes. And besides that, you can create your own brushes, which you can upload into FotoSketcher and use for the painting. And what is also very important, that you can make high definition output for your painting. Because I'm going to use my settings, which I saved as my presets, and my own brushes, which I made specifically for FotoSketcher, I'm going to show you my way of working with this application. My first step in the process is to edit the original photo. I go to Edit, Modify Source Image. Here I increase saturation to about 80. Then I increase sharpness to 2 points. Then I increase just a little bit the contrast and luminosity. And press Apply. Next, a very important step in my process is to reduce the size of the image. I go to Edit, Resize Source Image, and I resize the image down to 800 pixels on the longer side. Why? Because I think that the brush engine of FotoSketcher works much nicer with this kind of size. And no problem, we can always increase the resolution in the end by pressing the HD button, which will appear during the process. The next step I'm going to do is to load my parameters, my settings. I go to Load Parameters, and I choose the preset which is more applicable to this kind of image. Because this image has large objects, I'm going to use some more simplified preset. I think for this one I will use Simplify 3. When I choose this preset, it automatically changes the settings on the sliders. And also it installs the brush which I preselected for this setting. If you want to get my brushes and presets, you can go to my Photo to Paint website. Besides the tutorials on this web page, you can find the Download Materials page, where you can download the file with the brushes and presets. I also have a more complete tutorial on using FotoSketcher on this website. Bear in mind that you will have to register as a member in order to access tutorials and download materials on Photo to Paint website. Otherwise, I will show you the settings during this video, which you can copy, screenshot and copy and use. And you can also use the default brush in FotoSketcher or upload your own brushes. For example, for this photo, I'm going to use the Simplify 3 preset. And here are the settings of the brush. You can remember or screenshot these settings and apply it to your picture. Then I press on Draw to start the painting. Because the brush strokes are pretty wide, the process will not take that long. I think I need to use a more detailed preset for this work. So I'm gonna use another Simplify preset, which is number 5, and I know it is a little bit more detailed. You can also copy the settings of this preset. Tap to Draw. It takes a little bit longer because the strokes are smaller. Okay, the painting process is finished. I double click on the painted image so I can see it full screen. Looks nice, but it does look like low resolution image. I return to the settings. I press on HD button, which would repaint the image into high definition brush strokes. And I turn the slider to the maximum resolution, which is 1000%, and press OK. And now FotoSketcher is going to repaint the image in HD, and you can see the process going on the progress bar. Alright, it's finished. I double click on painted image, and here is HD result. Much better. Now let me try another image. I will use this image with smaller details. First, as in the previous example, I'm going to modify the source image just a little bit. Add sharpness, saturation, contrast, and luminosity. And press Apply Changes. Then I resize the image to 800 pixels on the longer side. And then I just choose a preset. In load parameters, I go to details 1 preset, which make good paintings on cityscape, landscape, and everything which has small details. And you can copy the settings for this preset. Then let me choose the brush which I'd like to use for this image, and I'll go to load custom brushes, and here I have hundreds of pre-made brushes. I have some favorite brushes which I use more frequently, so I'm gonna select some of them. I can select one brush or I can select multiple brushes, which provide a very interesting effect. Optimize brush, yes. And start to paint. One thing I wanted to mention, during the painting process, you can either run the painting process to the end to 100%. That will make the painting more detailed. In case you are satisfied with your painting in the middle of the process, you can always stop it by pressing on interrupt process button or escape button on your computer. In this example, I want to make this painting more detailed, so I'm going to wait until the end of the process, until 100%. Okay, the process is finished. Double click, low resolution, back, HD button, 1000%, okay. Okay. Yeah, very nice. I like the brushstrokes and the picture itself. Let me try one more image. This one. As usual, modify, contrast, luminosity. Let me choose the preset. I think I will use this medium details preset for this image. You can copy the slider settings for this preset. Oh, one thing I forgot to change the resolution for this image. Go to resize and change it down to 800 pixels on the longer side. And I wanted to change the brushes. I go to load brushes, and in my favorites I'm gonna use these impression 9 and 10 brushes. Optimize and start to draw. For this example, I'm not going to draw until the end of the process. I think I'm gonna stop it somewhere in the middle, or about 60 or 70%. This is because I want it to look a little bit more impressionistic. So I think right here I press on interrupt process and OK. I'm gonna check the image, right? And I'm gonna repaint it in HD mode. Okay, I like the impressionistic brushstrokes for this image. Let me do the last example for you. I think I'm gonna work on this image of a clown. Modify it. I'm gonna increase the sharpness of the image. I think the rest is pretty fine. Then I go and resize the image down to 800 pixels. And I'm going to use the following preset, which is large brush with details, because I want the background of the clown to be in large brush and keep the other details like the face, the nose, etc. You can copy the sliders values. I think I'm going to interrupt the painting process at this point. Interrupt or escape button. Okay. Good. And HD. Okay, here's the result in HD. Very nice brushstrokes, and I think it mimics the impressionistic painting very well. So, I hope you already made a couple of paintings using my technique with FotoSketcher. And you are impressed by your results, right? If you really liked what you've done, please like this video and subscribe to this channel. As I mentioned, the brushes and presets which I made and used in this tutorial are available on my tutorials website www.phototopaint.com, where you can subscribe to download them and where you can also watch my other tutorials on photo painting techniques.